Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Sinko from CZT Simone Menzel. This is a neat flowery-ish tangle, but has lots of twists and opportunities because while it could look flowery, it could also not. So I encourage you take a look at the for more inspiration link on in the description section, and that will take you to see Simone's work. And like I said, lots of options on this one. All right, starts off with an orb, and I'm gonna just place it right. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna fill it in. And I'm gonna leave the little shine part there. Simone did that, and I thought, well, yeah, so we could just do that right off the bat. Sometimes I will, take these orbs and maybe not fill them in right away. It's up to you. But this is definitely a fill-in one. Okay, then move my. Let me leave it kind of where it was, so that way you can see this pen tip. Okay, next step is a very tall, we'll call it curved line, and you could think of it also kind of like a flux shape, but the point is going to be like, say, behind the orb. So we'll just start it here and like that. Then from the top of this, not dead center, a little bit, to one side, and I'm going on the right side first. We're gonna do a similar shape, and it's gonna almost be like this same shape, just a little bit bigger, and half of it is behind here. So, and then it's coming to a point, right there, right where we started or left off, whichever direction you drew that. Okay, now we're gonna do the opposite side, same idea, like so. Then rinse and repeat. We're gonna do the same thing again. Now, this is where it gets interesting, and we'll see how I end up doing this. Um, so the next step, while it's similar in the start, and maybe just watch. So we're kind of doing the same thing, except then we're going to trace around ish that the orb. And let's say, I could have come up a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know. This is probably the step I have the most challenge with. So we're coming around, and then we're also creating a stem. So we're gonna just trace around that orb, and then come down. Same thing on the opposite side. All right, I'm gonna see if I can move my tile so it's more comfortable. And also notice this one comes. We're working down the side, and so from here, so the first, well, the first one doesn't really count. The first two additions we're working on top of. Now we're going to start working and coming down this way. So like I said, it's down a little ways on the side of this curved line. This one, same thing. Oh, oh, there we go. Okay. Well, and that. I need to find a much more comfortable way to do that one. It's all right. Okay, then kind of a rinse and repeat. So we're coming off of here, rinse and repeat again, like so. Maybe if I do it upside down. Yeah, it's like upside down and backwards. All right, and then the last one. And of course you get to decide. And I'm just merging it into this line here. and you can add as much flair and whatnot as you want. All right. And that's it. No, I'm just kidding. Essentially, it is, though, except for decorating. Now, in Simone's Step Out, she did put an aura in there as a step. So, but of course, it's optional. I love that aura. So that's what I'm going to do. And let's see. Oh, and I'm just going to do the whole thing. Let's say I am a little bit close here to the edge. I know on her Step Out. Well, let me just do on Simone's Step Out. This is where, because let me just do it from here. If I'm remembering, because it's not right exactly in front of me. The edges, we're like this. We're close to the edge of the box that she was doing that step in. So she just did this aura on the top half, and then in the artwork, you see it. You see the whole thing sometimes being aura, and I think that's just a nice option. Whatever ends up working for you works for you. But this is what I love about the aura, and I didn't mention already that today being Thursday, we focused on this tangle in my Tangle Time session, and oh my gosh, did we have fun with it. But yeah, so you can leave the aura out, and you could do like this where you just do the top half if you want. It's whatever floats your boat. What's neat about the aura is that it just finishes things off so nicely. And so where I might not have cared for something that happened, I'm just thinking when you put that aura in, because it finishes it off, it's just like, no, I don't notice anything. So that's it, except for shading and playing. So, I'm gonna debate on this. Let me do some shading first, and okay, I'm gonna do it a different way than I did it in my sample. Yeah, let's just do that. So there's, like I said, a lot of ways that you can have fun with this. Oh, I'm just debating now. Oh, tortillon here. Oh, that looks neat. Okay, I'm gonna do probably a couple different things. First is from the sample I'm gonna show, but I really like this, and like I want to do it, so I'm gonna. So I am just putting some graphite on the well, think of it either way. The outside of you know having word troubles today. I'm doing it on the outside edge here because these are all, like I had mentioned, they're like a big curve line, a big petal, we'll just use the word petal, that's tucked behind this. So in order to emphasize that, we'll just put some graphite. And let me use a littler one. Because I don't want it spread out too far. And I don't have a lot of room. Although here I think I could. So let's do this. Still going to do that because it does make it look like it's tucked underneath, and that is a really neat effect. And I think I'll do that first, and then I had some other ideas, some other inspiration that came from our sessions today. And while I'm filling in this graphite, if you've never attended one of my Tangle Times, I would love to have you join us. They're a lot of fun. If you subscribe to the channel, which I hope you do, I hope that you, if you haven't yet, and I hope you enjoy this enough that you'll decide to subscribe to the channel. I have some of the replays. I'm working on getting on some of them caught up. I'm working on staying current, number one, and then adding some. So I do put the Tangle Time replays on, on the channel, so that way you can have fun as if you were. It's the next best thing to being here. We have like I said, a fun group. It's kind of turned into a bit of a Tangle family. that's what some call it. Like, welcome, hi Tangle family. I love that when we see that, and you know who you are if you're watching. But it's a lot of fun, and see the neat effect that has. Now here's what I was thinking, and maybe this will. We'll add a little extra. So kind of like I did here, I'm gonna do similar here. Maybe just on these big ones. Let's try those first and see what happens. I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit. Oh, see that? Yes, that makes it a little bit more interesting, and I can kind of do that here. So these are a little bit too small, and because these petals are kind of falling down on this side, they are a little bit different. I'm going to tie that right into that graphite on the side. Oh yeah, see, that has a neat effect. This is getting wobbly. Let's carefully mash it down a little bit. I usually try to not do this, but for whatever reason, this tortillon ended up with this tip, but it's kind of getting bent right here. As careful as I try to be with it, and try to turn it so that way I can keep that nice tip, because it's nice to get in there in these little small places. Oh, let's just bring this all the way down. Yeah, neat. Okay. Oh, and while we're at it, let's just, I'm just going to put some graphite in the middle there. And there we have it. It's a really, really neat tangle. And like I said, do take a look at the For More Inspiration link, so that way you can get extra ideas. Not only decorating, but ways to shape all of, instead of it being a big curve line, you can, like I attempted to do on this sample, is to kind of square the corners a bit, and it has a different look. And this one I had fun on one of the samples. This is what Simone has, and I'm like, ooh, I want to try to do that, and it turned out pretty good. But yeah, squaring those, and then if you could make it continue, that's great. I couldn't quite make it continue, but it ends up looking really neat. And then of course, if you add color, that's cool too. And then this one, I did. This was our earlier session. I had fun with some marble colored pens that I had, and because I just sometimes you just get motivated, and it's just what's fun about Zentangle is you can just do and don't worry about it. And if you're someone like me, I was trying to think of a different way to phrase this, but it was too late. Half of it was already out of my mouth. Where I think too much about it and then hesitate to use, and it's fun to practice in a safe environment. Just doing. Oh, I have this thought. Oh, I'm just going to do it. And where a lot of people just do that naturally, we just see how the other half lives, every so often. But yeah, so we had fun with that. This is, and actually I'll probably do this one tomorrow. It's a different tangle that I paired with it. I usually work the other way, where I will pair a tangle that I've already done, but we'll pair that. We'll do that one tomorrow for my daily tangles. So really, really, really neat tangle. Lots of fun. We were talking about, it has kind of an Art Deco look as well, so it just depends on how you do it, and it'll come out super neat. It comes out super neat no matter what, but it's just so many options, which is so cool. So with that, if you enjoyed this, would love to have a like or a thumbs up. Would also, again, I mentioned subscribing to the channel. Would love to have you be a subscriber. Feel free to share this out. And in the description section, besides the step outs, underneath those, you will see ways to connect with me. So if you'd like to join us on a Tangle Time, information is on my website. And if you happen to be on Facebook, we have a nice active group there where we, share the work from the daily tangles from any of the classes, and and anything else that we're working on. So link is there in the description. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.